and you're very welcome to Parky Queeve. My name is Paul Jenkins for this round 2 Glen Dimplex Camogie Championship. It's Cork against Down, a must-win game for both sides. Both sides lost their round 1 games. Cork lost out to Galway and Down lost out to Clare. So they both know they need to go out and give a big performance here today. Just looking at both teams, they've been outlining up in front of us for the last few minutes. Cork have 2 changes, which we were kind of expecting. They will get to in a couple of seconds. They will be wearing the stripy red and white today. Down to our right will be wearing black and red. Unusually, the home team seem to have changed their jerseys, but we will keep an eye on that as the game gets going. Before we go any further, I suppose we'll look at the 2 starting 15s, and as I mentioned a minute ago, 2 changes for Cork, which we will get to in a second. But in goals, we have Amy Lee. Their full back line, Maeve Murphy, Libby Coppinger and Maeve Cahalane. Half back line is made up of Aoife Healy, Laura Tracy and Izzy O'Regan. Their midfield is where we see 1 change and was kind of expected during the week. Number 8, Saoirse McCarthy, but number 9, Hannah Looney, is gone. She's gone playing with the footballers. They take on Galway this evening up in Pearse Stadium. So she is gone and is replaced by number 21, Aoife O'Neill. Their forwards then are number 10, Chloe Sigerson, 11, Fiona Keating, and number 12, Cleena Healy. The inside line then looks like number 13, Amy O'Connor, the team captain. And the second change there we talked about, Katrina Mackey, wearing number 18, replaces number 14, Orla Cahalane. Again, Orla is gone playing with the footballers. And number 15 there, Sorcha McCartan, makes up the rest of that team. Interestingly, McCartan, of course, is a Down native, so we'll be playing against her native county, and no doubt there'll be a bit of banter on the field about that. Moving on to Down then, they lost their first day out against Clare and they'll be hoping to bounce back. They lost that by 5 points, 211 to 119. In goals for them, we have Catherine McGorty. Full back line, Isabella O'Hare, Dervla McGee and Alana Savage. Half back line, number 5, Amy Mallon, number 6, Dervla Savage and number 7, Rhea Smith. Their midfield looks like Dervla Coleman and number 29, Claire McGilligan. That is as was selected, but for some reason Claire will be wearing number 29 as opposed to number 9. So Claire McGilligan there in midfield. In their forwards then we have number 10, Blonnet Savage, and number 30, Niamh Mallon. Niamh was due to wear number 11. For some reason she's wearing number 30 today, the team captain. So number 30, Niamh Mallon. And beside her is number 12, Sarah Louise Graffin. And then the inside line is 13, Ciara Fitzsimons, 14, Lauren Clark, and number 15, Olivia Boyle. So they're the 2 starting 15s as we have them about 4 minutes before this one is thrown in. Today's referee is Aaron Hogg. He's going to be the man in the middle. You can see him out there with his officials as we get ready for this one. Down are managed by Paul Donnelly, the Antrim man. It's his 2nd year in charge. Mickey Donnelly is coach, a man who was involved with Slaughtneil, won 4 All-Ireland clubs with them. As I mentioned a minute ago, they lost their first day out by 5 points to Clare. Their league campaign, they finished 4th in Division 1B. 2 wins, they beat Offaly and Limerick. 3 losses, they lost out to Antrim, Wexford and Waterford. And just as I say that, we're a down surge of rain has just hit the top of the stand here in Parky Queeve, so that will make things a little bit more difficult for the players. It's going to get a little bit slippy. The temperature will drop, you'd imagine, but it is a little bit muggy. But that will be something the players will have to get used to, I suppose. It's too late now to change the studs on the boots or anything like that, but the ball will be slippy. We see a couple of the backroom team who don't need to be out on the pitch. A couple of the officials feel they don't need to be out there just yet. All coming in for protection, and we see the crowd on the far side of the field all making their way back up to try and get as much protection from that rain as they can. Hopefully that won't last too long. Looking at Cork then, their manager Matthew Toomey, the Douglas man, he was involved for the last couple of years under Paddy Murray, and he's been the manager outright for the last 2 years. Coach then Liam Cronin, a man hurling people might recognise. He was involved with Anthony Daly's Dublin as a coach a few years ago. Also the manager of Mungret in Limerick, brought them to the county intermediate title back in 2021. He's also the manager of the Artskull Reach hurling team as well, the team that won the Harty there last year. So a man who definitely knows his hurling. Their results, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, they're sick of playing Galway. They've played Galway 3 times in their last 4 and lost 3 to them. We'll get to a little bit more on that in a minute, but we're going to pause now for Ron Navian. And with that, we're about 30 seconds or so away from the scheduled throw-in time here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. We saw there during the anthems, the flags are kind of blowing across the field, so it'll be interesting to see who that helps in this first half. It's probably going to be helping down where in their black and red, as we said a few minutes ago, down to our right. The toss has already been played and Down have chosen to stay at that end that they're warming up in. So the breeze, you'd imagine, will be with them, and they'll need to use that as much as they can. They are definitely the underdogs coming into today's game. They did have a fairly successful provincial championship, though. They beat Antrim in that one by 6 points. Looking to Cork, and their provincial campaign was a little bit unusual, I suppose, and unexpected. They were surprisingly beaten by Waterford in the quarter final. So they've had a bit of a break since their last game. Of course, they also lost the league final to Galway. So they want to get back up on the horse and get up and going today. They're missing Aisling Thompson, of course, Orla Cronin and Pamela Mackey. We might see some of them throughout today, but Aisling Thompson is definitely out. Cork come into this with Ken, of course, top of the Roll of Honour, 28 All-Ireland, last one coming in 2018. They'll be hoping to add to that this year. And it kind of starts here after that hiccup. They'll say that first day out against Galway. They want to get back on the road. They want to get back on a roll again today here. And we're just watching on now for Mr. Hogg, the match referee in the middle, has the whistle to his mouth, just waiting for everyone to get back into position. And the ball is in, the game is on, and we're off. Straight away, it's Cork who come onto the attack. They've worked it over there as far as McCarthy. McCarthy plays that down inside. They're looking to play it into, looks like it's McCartan who's inside there. McCartan picks it up in the second attempt, doesn't manage to control it. Good defending over there, you could say, by Alana Savage, forcing her player to make the mistake and put it out for a line ball. So Down now can get things underway, back down inside their own 45 with this line ball. Not the best connection in the world. Cork have managed to turn that over. They've worked it back out here. There might be a shooting chance here for McCartan. The Down native, as we mentioned, knocks Down in around the square. Oh, there was danger. There wasn't control. And just that extra second gives the Down defence a chance. And McGorty comes out. She's a long way out of her own goal, and she's lost the ball now. A couple of her defenders are probably going to have to go back and mind the house. But this one is laid back outside. Now there might be a chance. Is there going to be a chance for the opening score of the game? Yes, it is. It comes from number 18, Aoife O'Neill. Aoife O'Neill, not due to start, but has come in there. She's playing full forward. She got into a bit of space there. You could see the call came. She was out there around the 21. Got to hand plenty of time and space, and an easy score for her to get things up and going. And they are off the mark now. Cork are up and going. 1 point to no score inside the opening 2 minutes. Cork have won this one again, and they've knocked it back. It looks like Aoife Healy. Aoife Healy plays it on. Good running on the shoulder. Plenty of support. Knocked inside then. Fiona Keating picks it up. She has a bit of pressure on her. But now there's 3 Down players around her. They seem to run into each other as Healy picks that up. Healy tries to go past a couple of players. Still has it. The pass wasn't coming there. She was trying to play it into Mackey. The pass didn't come in the end, but that's because there was a foul. There was a pullback there, says the referee. And this should be a fairly handy free for Cork to double their advantage. Looks like it's going to be Chloe Sigerson who's going to take this one. In fact, it's not. It's Amy O'Connor, the team captain. She got 3 the last day out. One of them was from a free. Very central. As I mentioned, the breeze is probably blowing into her face a small, but it shouldn't have a huge bearing on this particular strike. And that one looks to have gone high. It was accurate. That's over the bar. And just like that, Cork are 2 points to the good, coming up on 2 minutes. McGorty now, again, the Down goalie with the ball in her hand. Couple of players making runs for her. Where's she going to go? She goes to her right, and she gets decent purchase on that one. She knocks it over to 265, and it's dropping on the ground there. And once again, the Cork are picking it up there. Healy has it. She is fouled. The referee has his hand up, saying you have the free, and we're going to go back for that free. Healy's been very prominent so far in the opening 2 minutes of this game. Won the county intermediate last year with her club, of course, and brought that form into today's game. So just there, just inside the 65. And Laura Tracy has this chance. She's going to go. She actually decides to go backwards and hold on to possession. Possession is key, but it's not held there very well. And Cork managed on the second or third attempt to hold on to the ball. A couple of high tackles coming in there. The referee has said there is a free if you don't get the advantage. There is that one. Has he played he had it was hard to see, was he going to give it? It was just on, I suppose, the border the 5 second advantage rule, but he said the advantage wasn't accruing. We're going to go back, and it's going to be a free to Cork, and a chance for them to get going again. Can they work their third score of the game from this one? Down will be looking to keep it tight in the early stages. Tracy now on the ball again, her 12th season with the Cork Camogie team. Plays that down the line again. It looks like Healy loses her foot, but managed to hold on to the ball and knock it past her player. She's trying to get onto it again, not giving up on anything. It's still over there. It's gone out of play now, and it's going to be a line ball, and Down have won that one. Good work from them over there on the far side of the field. And it's going to be Amy Mallon, one of the Portaferry contingent. Her cousin Niamh, of course, also on the team playing at centre forward. That one is knocked up the line. Bit of pulling and dragging up there. Boyle of Down was involved in that one. Doesn't manage to hold possession. It's gone out of play again on the far side of the field. going to be a line ball, the third one on that far side of the field for down in the opening couple of minutes of this game. They'll be hoping to try and develop something for this. Actually, it's going to be a free, it looks like. There's going to be a free on the far side for down. And maybe just give them a platform to work. We haven't seen them launch an attack in the game just yet. It's probably a little bit too far out to get a score from this, but who knows? The breeze probably isn't really helping in any way, but it's a long, long way out. Plenty of purchase on that, plenty of distance. It's going to drop short. I can imagine dropping in around house, pulled on. Now down, look like their first react on that. They get that, turn one way, then the other. Is there a shot on? It's coming over the shoulder. Oh, it nearly snuck in. It's still there. Really good shot there by Graffin. That was heading for the top corner. It was really saved there. Amy Lee got to hurry that and stopped it nestling in the top corner. But that will give down a bit of confidence. They would have liked to got a score out of it, but they'll definitely be G'd up by that. But Cork now come on the attack. Maybe they got a bit of fright from that one, and they'll be hoping to put that straight back down the throat of the down defence, but they don't seem to do really well. There was well taken in the end by Niamh Mallon, who, as we said, was due to play at centre forward, was all the way back there at centre back. She clears that down to where she should be, maybe, as Laura Tracy picks that one up unchallenged. The Cork centre back, she plays that back inside, not brilliantly controlling. Down now have picked it up again through Healy. She had a chance a couple of seconds ago for a goal. Two players converge in on top of her. The referee says play on. It was all fair, as again that looks like it's going to be picked up by Clark. Clark was fouled, though. In fact, it was Louise Grattan who was involved in that one for down. Sarah Louise was fouled, and it's going to be a free in now. Well worked from down. They're coming into it in the last maybe 45 seconds to a minute, and it was Louise Grattan who had that chance. But it's going to be Niamh Mallon, the team captain now, who'll be hoping to get down back into this game, get their opening score today after about 5.5 minutes. She got 2-3 in the intermediate final back in 20 when down that won that up in Croke Park. Now here goes Niamh Mallon trying to get one today. Has she managed to get it? The crowd here seemed to like that. The crowd from down did give a big round of applause as that one goes straight over the crossbar. So 2 points to 1 in favour of Cork as Amy Lee picks it up now. Amy goes long, huge distance on that one. It's dropping, it's bouncing. It's not really controlled straight away over there. It was picked up by Dervla Savage in the end. Savage though gives that right back to her opponents. Now Cork have the chance again, and there is plenty of space if it can be exploited down here. Oh, the down defender was out in front there, didn't manage to control it, and now Cork have a chance back inside the scoring zone, working back down as far as Mackie already has a point today. She gives that back inside, and now Cork trying to build here. Brilliant defending. Somehow Dervla McGee got a hand in there, managed to rob her player and clear the danger, because there was danger on there. And now down have a chance. Now down have a bit of space. It looked like Niamh Mallon was being fouled. The referee agrees with me, but he says play on, you have the advantage. He still has the hand up. They still have the advantage as that one goes back to Lauren Clark. The advantage now is over, and down have lost maybe 20 or 30 yards. They still have the ball though, which is the main thing. They're trying to work something from this. A short little stick pass there was half blocked, but down still have managed to retain possession somehow. It goes all the way back there as far as Savage now. Savage, there was a bit of a block there. Savage hasn't given up on that, but it looks like Cork have managed to turn it over. Sigerson goes to ground, and it's going to be a free. That was a fairly topsy-turvy piece of play, even both teams really getting involved in that, not wanting to give Atton away easy. That one is quickly taken down into the Cork attacking zone again. Looks like they have got the ball. Plenty of down players back there, but Amy O'Connor gets it. Amy O'Connor has loads of space. Things just open up for Amy as she comes in on the 14. Still Amy O'Connor, ball on the stick. Amy looks at the goal. Oh, doesn't make the connection she would have liked. Was she half blocked? She goes to ground. Hurleys go flying. But what happened in the end is the down goalie, Catherine McGorty, was behind it and was easy able to clear. But I think we're going to go back, and the referee's going to have a look at that one, because plenty of things happened there. Plenty of players come in on top of it. Amy O'Connor, of course, got on the ball, went through. Things were really opening up for her. As we mentioned, the goals were at her mercy. Then a big tackle came in there from McGee. She lost her hurley. O'Connor lost her hurley. McGee looks like she's still down after putting in that challenge. But when in fact, it's Amy O'Connor is still down. McGee is up. But when they look up at the scoreboard, they'll see it's still Cork 2 points down, 1 point. But real turn of pace there by Amy O'Connor, got past her player, absolutely skinned her, and then things really just opened wide open, and it was really good defending from Dervla McGee to come across and block it. Dervla, of course, was the Camogie May Player of the Month, and you can see why she's bringing that form in, but Amy O'Connor will take a lot of watching. Just over 8 minutes gone in this first half. Kind of an unofficial water break. It's really muggy and warm down here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh today, and players taking the advantage to get a bit of liquids on board. We're going to get up and going again with what looks like is it going to be a free out to down. Just the backroom team making their way off the field there, and it's actually going to be a free in. It's hard to tell what's actually after happening. The down goalie is way out here in front of us between the 45 and the 65, and she is going to get things going again. She's looking around here now. McGorty made a brilliant save there, was brave as well. She ended up taking up the ball after dribble through from McGee's brilliant block, and now she started things going again. Knocked it down. That one, will the ball win the race out over the line? It won't on this occasion. Cork are there in numbers. They have the ball and they go back as far as the goalie. Amy Lee now has it. Amy Lee, who made that brilliant save from Sarah Louise Graffin in the opening couple of minutes of this game. She plays it out to Healy now. Healy has it. She gives a short little stick pass up as far as Aoife Healy now. It was Clean who gave it to her. Cork still hold on to the ball. That's Saoirse McCarthy now. Saoirse McCarthy doesn't seem to have it. Cork are doing well though. They maybe not be as slick and maybe they're handing in as brilliant as they'd like it, but they're really working really hard and holding on to the position. Now McCarthy has it again. Players calling for it left and right. She scoops that one forward as far as Fiona Keating now. Now Fiona has it. There is a bit of space going forward for her if she can exploit it. She plays it in, bounces, lovely bounce into the hand, and now Cork have the chance again, just like you saw a few minutes ago. Amy O'Connor is taken down this time. She's down the ground again. She was out in front, showed real pace, and that is something they're trying to just get every time they get the ball. The ball is going into that corner. Amy O'Connor is out in front, and again she was past her player. They had no chance, only bring her down. I think both of them lost their footing at the same time. There was a tap on the elbow there on Amy O'Connor as she was going in, and she will get up and more than likely take this free just there on the 21. But you can see Cork's game plan even inside this early 30 minute or opening 10 minutes of this 30-minute half. It's get the ball, give it down to Amy O'Connor, just let her come out, skin her player and bear down and goal and see what happens from there. And so far it's working out pretty good. She has one from a free already. She's looking to get her second right now. Amy, of course, 4-time All-Ireland winner, made her debut for Cork back in 2014. So she's been there, done that. And she is the captain for this year and leading by example in the opening minutes of this game. So here goes O'Connor, and no doubt about it, that one is straight between the posts. An easy score for her in the end, and it's 3-1 now in favour of the home side. 10.5 minutes gone. McGorty goes short, up as far as McGee. Dervla McGee now, she ran that up to the 45, then played it on. Now down, tried to just get things going. They've been out of it for maybe the last 4 or 5 minutes. They had that one decent chance through Grattan. Now it's Grattan who has it again. She has 2 Cork players on her. She managed to release the ball. It's going to probably go right and wide. It is right and wide. She has been wooed when she's got the ball. Hadn't got a huge amount of the ball, has Sarah Louise Graffin, but that one, it just goes to the right and wide, and still 3-1. But the ball is up and it's going again. That one is knocked back down there by Clark. Clark tried to feed it into her inside line. She managed to get into Savage. It looks like Blondet Savage has that now. She's heading away from goal, trying to make the angle better for herself. She's on one foot as she strikes that. It's short, but out came Amy Lee to gather that one up and just take things safe for her side again. No danger, nothing getting past her today, she's saying. Up as far as Sigerson now. Chloe Sigerson on the ball. Has a bit of time and space to pick out her pass. Goes across the field with a diagonal ball. Only goes about 10 or 15 yards, but it's up as far as Fiona Keating. Again, Fiona Keating is on her bike. She's going forward over the 45. Still Keating. Now she's looking over the post. Now she's going to take her strike on. That one looks to be heading to the left and wide it is. Encouraging play at the same time though. The Cork management will be saying keep getting into those positions. They will go over in the end, but that is another wide. That one coming from Fiona Keating, and still just the 2 points in this one. 3-1 coming up on 12 minutes as the ball is back in the hands of the down goalie, part of that intermediate All-Ireland winning team in 2020, and that is brilliantly taken there by Clark. She knew what was going on. That one felt like a rehearsed move. Then she tried to knock it into Blondet Savage. Blondet muscled out of it this time. It comes all the way back to Amy Lee. But that looks like something that Down are going to keep trying in this game, and maybe they'll get something out of it. Now they might even have a chance just here as Fitzsimon gets on it here. She's trying to play it. She's trying to kick it out into a bit of space for herself. Too many Cork players come in, but if they come in illegally, is it going to be a free in? The referee says yes, it is. Good work there by Ciara Fitzsimmons. Got on there. There wasn't much of a chance. She really made that. That was all of her own doing. She came in, put in the tackle, made the turnover, and now a fairly handy free, you'd imagine, for Niamh Mallon. She has one already. You'd expect her to get number 2 right now. So here she comes, the Portaferry player. A soaring star back in 2020, of course, when Down won that intermediate All-Ireland. So here she is, just inside the D. Nonchalant style strike as she knocks that one over. 2 for her now. And now there's just 1 point in this game. And if you're joining us late, you may have expected Cork to be, maybe, they were heavy favourites going into this one. You might expect them to be further in the lead, but Down are really putting up to them, not letting them get anything easy, and just 1 point in this game. So that's gone out on the far side of the field, and it's going to be a line ball to Cork. You can see the breeze there is with Down in this opening half, so they'll be hoping to get as much out of that as possible. Short little line ball there, little 1-2 going on there between the Cork midfielders, and they've picked it up and they've worked it back inside now. There's plenty of space in here again, but the Down players are quick to try and just eradicate that, to get onto the ball again. And again comes Dervla McGee. We can see why she was player of the month in May. She played a lovely accurate ball down to Blonnan Savage. Blonnan goes left, then she goes right onto her left hand side, and what a score. That is the score of the day. Great work from the down defence all the way up to Savage, and Savage puts it over the bar. Came all the way from the full back, came all the way from Dervla McGee, as we mentioned. She looked up, she spotted the pass, just one within the little jink, and over the bar from Savage. Again, Cork goes short with that puck out, and they've worked it up here. There is a bit of space. They want to get into this. It's all square now. They want to restore their lead. Again, Dervla McGee working hard there. She did really well. She has won her side of free there. And the down management team there of Paul Donnelly and Mickey Donnelly will be absolutely delighted with how things are going so far from her point of view. And she wins the free, and she's just about to take it now herself as well. As we approach the halfway mark of this first half. There goes McGee now. Again, decent distance on that. It's going to drop around the edge. A couple of hands go up for that. No one won it cleanly though. And the referee, what has he decided? He's blowing his whistle. There's a down player down. Has he just blown the whistle to give her a chance to recover? Or has he decided there is a free there? We'll just have to wait and see. It's Sarah Louise Graffin who's down at the moment. And she's getting a bit of attention there. Hopefully she'll be alright to play on. She got 3 points in that Ulster final. Also won the intermediate club, of course, with Clonduff. She got 3 points in that final as well last year. So a very accomplished player. Of course, her father, a well-known man in GA circles, especially in Down. Ross Carr won 2 All-Irelands with the Down footballers, 91 and 94. And her daughter, Sarah Louise, I should say, to give her a full title, is really bringing that tradition and keeping it going for that family. So what has the referee decided? Again, a bit of a break there while she received the attention. Now the referee, he's given a free out now to Cork to get things going again. To go short, to go backwards, even back as far as Amy Lee. Amy Lee now has it. Dances past a couple of players, then gives it on. Cork just going through the lines, hold on to possession. This time seems to be the new tactic for this particular attack anyway. And they've worked it up left and right. Run into a brick wall there was Aoife O'Neill. Aoife O'Neill lost to Hurley, but held on to the ball and managed to shovel it forward to one of her teammates. That teammate there is Healy. Healy does well. She was being bottled up. She kept her movement going, and her marker was adjudged to have fouled her. That looked like it was Amy Mallon committed a foul there, and it gives Cork a chance. It's a long way out into that breeze, just inside the 65s. Checking the breeze there, but it is quite a considerable distance out. It would be a huge puck if this manages to go over the bar. That is definitely the intention there of Sigerson. Sigerson's shot just goes to the right and wide though, and the score remains 3 points apiece. So Down again, looking where will we go this time. They decide McGorty then comes over to this near side of the field. There's 2 Down players go for it, but it's a Cork player who wins it. That Cork player looked to be Sigerson, who took that free originally. She drops it down, and looks like Keating is going to get onto it. It's Healy now of Cork. She has the ball. A couple of players around her going left and right, and it's going to be a free. Was that in fact? Yes, it was. Too many steps is what the referee has decided, and it's going to be a free into Down that it looked like Sarah Louise Graffin was going to take, but she's left it now, and it's going to be Niamh Mallon, who scored 2 already. 2 of Down's 3 scores coming from Niamh Mallon, the team captain. And you can see there, dead centre of the 265. So a fairly substantial distance out, but she has that breeze behind her. She has the confidence of already scoring 2 points in this game. Both of them coming from frees. Can she put Down into the lead for the first time in this game? That one looks to be maybe. Has it got the legs? Off the crossbar. It's still there. Can it be finished to the net? It's still there. It's into the back of the net. A ruck of players that dropped off the crossbar. One of them was in around. They were alert and they managed to finish that to the net. And Down, unbelievably now, have taken the lead after 17 and a half minutes off the crossbar. It came down. Couple of players. Who was the quickest to react? Oh, it was kicked to the back of the net. It looked like it was Olivia Doyle. Got her booted, as we've seen many Down footballers do in the past. Booted to the back of the net. 1-3 now to 3 points in favour of Down. And what kind of a boost will that give them? What kind of kick up the backside will that give Cork to get back into this game? That looks like it was Maeve Murphy. Maeve Murphy was going back to the field with that one. They hold on to possession, but they're definitely shell-shocked after conceding that goal. But they've tried to work it down into their forward line again. Picked up there by Healy again. It's not Healy, in fact. It's McCartan, the Down native, on the ball. She's lost it. 2 Down players come in on top of her, and has it been turned over? It looks like it's Dervla McGee again. McGee is still fighting, but the ball has gone away. Down have won it. McGee's still in a bit of a tussle with her marker down there, but Down have the ball back there. They're trying to get it out there to Alana Savage. Alana's turned over and it's picked up by Keating now. Fiona Keating has support outside there. That is Katrina Mackey. Mackey goes left, then she goes right, then she takes the shot. Oh, that was dipping. It was dipping, but it just didn't dip on time, and it's gone over the bar, and that's Katrina Mackey's second point of the game. But that's so easy. Could have just ducked and dipped under the bar. Went one way, then the other, onto Mackey into a bit of space. She had plenty of work to do. She was half blocked actually, and that almost made a dip into the top corner. But this game has come to life in the last 60 seconds or so, and Down are on the march again. They've got a bit of confidence from scoring that goal. That one is knocked back outside, back as far as Sarah Louise Graffin. She puts that one high into the sky. Oh, Amy Lee thought about that twice, got her hand on it, seemed to fall out of her hand, but she recovered really well and plays that up to Cliona Healy now again. Couple of calls for up on the far side of the field, and Cork have a bit of space. Oh, but that one wasn't controlled the first time. Maybe a hand on the back there. The referee lets play go on as the ball is still there. Still looks like Laura Tracy's involved in that one for Cork, but Down have managed to win that one back. Nice stick pass across the field where there is a bit of space. The Down player Niamh Mallon goes to the ground. Cork will pick that one up gleefully. It looked like it was Libby Coppinger who came across for that. Of course, she was named to play with the footballers today, but she's lining out here for the Camogie as we see in front of us. She plays that one down and starts this attack. That one is backed out as far as McGrattan. McGrattan, is she being held? No, the referee says play on. No, she's won the free, but she goes herself. She says I don't need a free. But on this occasion, she hits that to the right and wide, and we're going to come back from a free in. Do you imagine Amy O'Connor will stand over? Good work there by Sorcha McCartan. Sorcha did really well there. Swivel of the hips left and right, and McCartan has won her side a free. Sorcha's father, another man who won All-Irelands with Down back in the 90s. Gregory McCartan, and Sorcha there really showed a bit of flair as she got onto that. Did well and won her side a free. So pause now as she receives a bit of attention with 10 minutes left of this first half. 1-3 to 4 points. A lot of people will be surprised to see that. The Down supporters here, the Down management, they won't be surprised to see it. They know they need to put in a big performance. Dervla was speaking during the week, Dervla McGee, when she won that Player of the Month award. She said their main aim this year was to stay senior. And after losing to Clare, they know they need a win today if they want to make that dream possible. Cork, of course, have aspirations of getting back to the All-Ireland final. They lost it last year. They want to get back as far as that. In fact, they didn't lose it last year. They won the All-Ireland last year. What am I talking about? What a result. They need a result here today. So here we go. Amy O'Connor again. 2 frees already to her name. Can she make it number 3? The team captain from St. Vincent's. Looks like, is that going to come in just at the very end? The umpire is taking a long look at that, but yeah, I think we had a good view from here and it seemed to just go to the left and wide. And Amy O'Connor has to be happy with her 2 points so far. Plenty of time to go. She'll get plenty of time to make up for that one, but that one did go to the left and wide. That one bouncing there around the 265. Has it come to still? It has. McCarthy now has it. She spins that one up as far as Keating. Now Keating has open country in front of her. Here goes Keating. She's it all to do. Is she going to take the score? Is she going to give a pass? Lovely ball into a bit of space. Can it be exploited? There's a goal chance. And Katrina Mackey, she already has 2 points. Now she has a goal and 2 points. Really good work though. She was all left on her own. Really good running the whole way in, and the ball was laid out. Mackey was standing there. She knew she got herself into a bit of space after a great ball in from Keating. And there was always only going to be one end to that move, and that was Mackey putting the ball into the back of the net. 1-4 to 1-3 now. Cork go back into the lead, but still just 1 point in this game with about 7.5 minutes left of this first half. We have seen some great goals in this game so far, and that was another fine finish from Katrina Mackey. Again, we're going to have a pause here as there was a tackle the referee didn't like. He's going to have a talk to a couple of players over there. It looks like he's given a free in. It's a free in to Down. It gives them a chance to bounce straight back after conceding that goal and make it all square again at 1-4 apiece. It looks like they're trying to take it pretty quickly. Gervla Coleman, she's trying to, I'm not really sure what she was trying there. I think there was a mix-up in communication. She was trying to play into a bit of space, but I don't think her forwards knew what she was thinking. And as a result, it gives Cork a chance to just pick up the ball fairly easily. But now that's been turned over just through a mistake. But good work in there after the initial mistake. McCarthy, she lost the ball the first time, but turned around and picked it up the second time. But she has conceded a line ball, which is going to be taken now by Smith. She's looking for some runners. No runners, obviously. The referee is saying, right, you need to go and hit this one So here goes Smith. She comes across, it's half block, but it might work out. As Grattan got her up, she hasn't just yet. She's still fighting for this one. It's still there. Grattan does have it now. Comes out of a forest of Cork players and takes this one on. Has she managed to get the distance on that? She has the distance, just not the accuracy. Really good work from her there to get out of that, get the shot off. And we're going to come back, and she did win her side of free, so it was a shot, a bonus shot if you will. And we're going to come back, and the shot now from the 45 is going to go the way of Niamh Mallon, the down free taker, who's been in good form so far in this first half, and it gives her a chance to maybe go for her third. But Sarah Louise Graffin has been very good down there, down that half-hour position, picking up plenty of ball. And it is Niamh Mallon who's going to take this one. If you're joining us late, she's wearing the number 30 jersey. She was due to wear number 11. We got confirmation last minute that she would wear the number 30. That's as much as we know about it at the moment. The down captain, though, has 2 to her name, looking for number 3. Not an easy strike. The breeze has more or less died down, but if there's any bit of a breeze there, it is helping her. So here goes Mallon. Goes with the roll lift, throws it up, maybe gets a couple of extra yards, and has she managed to bend that one in. The small crowd here from down seem to like that, as that one curled at the last minute, and Niamh gets number 3 for the day. Good score from her, and just keeps down well within there. 1-4 to 1-4. This game is far from over as we approach the 25th minute, and Cork come on the ball again. Good stick pass inside. We've seen plenty of that in the opening half so far. Cork holding on to possession. They have 4 or 5 players there in between the 265. If that one is left in where there is a bit of space, and another quick turn, acceleration there by McCartan. McCartan has it again. She's over the 21. McCartan puts that over the top. There's enough down players back there though to smother that one up, and they come out with the ball again. Good hand pass across again, and down come again. And we can hear the Cork backroom team roaring below us. They're not happy with how that one went, but down are on the ball again, and they've worked it down into the goal scorer. In fact, now it's come up to Savage. In fact, it's Mallon now who has it. Mallon out by the sideline. Mallon steadies herself, but that one's going to drop short, and it's picked up there by Amy Lee. Amy Lee has it now, short grip on the hurley as she gives it out to Sigerson, who's all the way back to field. She's wearing number 10 in her back, but she's back there in the half-back position as she gives that to Tracy. Tracy goes short again, and Cork have a chance. They have a bit of space to try and create something, to try and go back into the lead. They've worked that down into the corner. Good ball into a bit of space. Can they get something from here? Oh, nice little hockey play there to go past their player. Now bearing down a goal. There is support inside. Can Cork do something here? The goal may be on. Down goes across. Dervla McGee did really well. It's still there. There still might be a chance for Mackey. Go for a second goal of the game. But another brilliant block. But there was another real goal chance there. Again, it came from really strong running from Cork. Those players inside, they were looking across to try and give it to Mackey, but Dervla was just there in the right place. McGee, then she maybe took her eye off the ball. It came back to Mackey again. But on this occasion, she was blocked, and it's gone out for a 45. Katrina Mackey will be delighted with how her first half has went. She would have been even happier if she managed to get a second goal there, but 1-2 in that 26 and a half minutes so far that she's got. She'll have to be happy with that, and there's plenty of time to go. And they might even create something here from this 45. 1-4 to 1-4 as Amy O'Connor is taking this one. She's in no real hurry. As we mentioned, it is a very muggy, warm day, so the players are taking every chance they get to get a breather. So here goes Amy, 2 already today. Got 3 that first day out against Galway. Can she make it 3 today? Looks like she can. The umpires are running for the white flag. It's always a good sign when you're a free taker. That's what you want to see, and that's number 3 for Amy O'Connor. And again, Cork go into the lead by just 1 point. 3 minutes left of this first half. That one dropping the far side of the field. Good bat there from a Cork perspective. They've picked it up, and they're going to come right back down to where that came from in the first place. Fiona Keating, we saw good strong running from her several times already in this first half, and now she has it again. She knows she has the board inside. Amy O'Connor now. Amy O'Connor, 3 points from frees, none from play just yet. And that one, unfortunately, from her point of view, isn't going to add to that tally. Good running again there by Keating, though. She seems to be able to find that space and exploit it every time she gets the ball. Then she has runners left and right as she's able to feed. On this occasion, she fed Amy O'Connor, but Amy O'Connor's shot was to the left and wide. McGorty now with the puck out again for down. 1-5 to 1-4 in favour of Cork. Again, that's batted down, and Cork do well to pick up the scraps there. Sigerson feeds that on. Again, there's a couple of players in support if they want it. They're working up the field again. Hand come in there. It looks like it's Healy now on the ball. Healy plays that up. She had one to free, but the referee says play on. It's McCartan on one leg as she strikes that. That would be an outrageous score, but again, on this occasion, just goes to the right and wide. It was a difficult operation what she was trying to pull off there, just didn't get it 100% right, and that one needs to be 100% to go over the bar. Now down come on the ball again. Clark wearing 14, but all the way back inside her own half back line. She plays it up. It's 2 up on 1, 2 on 1, and it's the down one who has it. She goes one way, then the other, spins a couple of players as Niamh Mallon looking for number 4. Has Niamh Mallon got it? She hasn't. Again, it was right out by the sideline. She may have been slightly tired after doing a lovely bit of trickery and a bit of footwork, but the shot went right and wide, and Cork aren't waiting around as they come on the attack now again on the far side of the field. There is space in their forward line if they're able to look up and spot a pass. That pass was just slightly overhit, and it's McGee who has it now. McGee picks that one up. She goes, takes that on to Hurley, and McGee is full of confidence. She's playing really well today as she puts that back down to where it came from. It's not an accurate ball, and it's straight back down on top of Laura Tracy. Tracy has it now, thinks about it again, and then gives the ball up where there is a bit of space and a bit of time. And we're just been told there's going to be 2 minutes as Amy O'Connor picks it up. She has the board inside if she wants it. Here goes O'Connor, she's going for the goal, and she finds the net. Amy O'Connor picked that one up about 30 yards from goal and had one thing on her mind. That was to finish that one to the back of the net, and that's exactly what she did. Amy just came out there on the spin, picked it up on the edge of the D. She thought about giving the pass, then goes, no, I'm going myself. The goalie, McGorty, you could see by her footwork, she was still kind of half expecting that pass to come. But Amy O'Connor didn't need to pass it. She found the net. 1-3 now for O'Connor, 2-5 for Cork, 1-4 for Down. 29 minutes and 45 seconds gone in this first half as Down have a chance now to get back straight away after conceding that goal. They need the next point. They'll feel they want that going in at half time just to give them something to build on. After another sucker blow there, conceding that goal, and that one is played out into a bit of space. It does give the down forward a chance. That down forward seems to be Fitzsimons. She's bullied out of that one though. She's lost the ball, and Cork have it now again, and they've runners left and right. Again, there's space. Amy O'Connor seems to be calling for it inside. Eva Healy on this occasion didn't manage to get the pass away, but it's back there as far as Mackie. Mackie plays that one in again. Thought about the shot, decided to go no and make this a little bit easier herself. That looks like Healy now has it. Cliona Healy looking up. She has a bit of time and space. She was under pressure as she struck that one, and we're going to come back. That is going to be a free. The referee says no, it's gone over the bar, so we'll take the point. And Cliona Healy did well there. She was under pressure as she struck that one, but she struck it accurately and struck it over the crossbar. Again, 2 down players coming in on top of her. That didn't put her off though, and that one snuck just inside the bar. Again, we've another pause here. Looked like Aoife Healy was just had her helmet off. She was suffering a small bit, but she looks to be okay again, and she's up. And as we mentioned there on that last attack, there's going to be 2 minutes added on at the end. We've played one of them now, but this stoppage I suppose will have to be allowed for as well, so expect maybe another 20 or 30 seconds added on to that one. 2-6 to 1-4, and just like that it's 12 points to 7. Dropping, a down hand was on that, but she lost it just at the last minute. It looked like to be Graffin again. She had it in her hand, but it's been turned over and back. Maeve Cahalane gives a short pass in as far as McCarthy gives that one up the line. There is loads of space to be exploited into this pocket here. It's bouncing. Who has it? It looks like it's another Cork player. It's going to open up again. For Mackie bearing down and goes, and she's finished. Maybe not the cleanest strike in the world, but they all count as that one goes into the back of the net. 2-2 now for Katrina Mackie in this opening half. It didn't look to be a huge amount on. She really put pressure on her player. Then things opened up when she managed to turn her over. Again, the shot wasn't the cleanest, but it finds the net, and that's all that matters. 3-6 now to 1-4, and this game has been turned on its head in the last couple of minutes, and Cork now are absolutely flying. Dervla McGee is down. I think she got hurt in that little last passage of play where Cork got their goal. That's the last thing Down will want, is the PE teacher not being able to come out for the second half, but she is under a certain amount of distress. Hopefully from her point of view and from the game's point of view, she's able to play on, as she's been immense back there for Down in this opening half. 3-6 to 1-4 though. It's really changed. Katrina Mackie now, as we mentioned, 2-2. Amy O'Connor 1-3. Cliona Healy has a point. That's kind of making up the score. And from a Down point of view, you've got Niamh Mallon has 3, 2 of them from free, all 3 of those from frees. Blonde Savage has 1, and Olivia Boyle has that kicked goal that we saw earlier in this half. Cork the next day out, they will play Clare. That's in 2 weeks' time. Down on the other hand, they're at home to Galway, so not an easy place to have to go to either. But it looks like McGee is up and ready to go again. So it's going to be Catherine McGorty. That's dropping. Where's it going to drop? It looks like Down have the numbers there to pick Just went up. They really want to finish this half with a score as Amy Mallon. She's half blocked, but the ball goes forward regardless. It's still there. It's right on the sideline. Players running left and right, but she's going to take this on herself. Right out by the sideline on the 45, just where the two lines meet. And that is a great score. And just what Down needed to pull themselves back into this one. They worked that so well down into the corner. But the shot, there was still nothing easy. But what a way to finish that first half for Down to get that score, to knock it over the bar. And to just give them a bit of a lift. 3-6 to 1-5 as we hear the half-time whistle there. Aaron Hogg blows it up. He says, I've seen enough, and we have seen enough as spectators, as Down really put her up to Cork. They were level with maybe 5, 6, maybe 10 minutes left in that first half, but then Cork got those 2 late goals, one of them coming from Katrina Mackey, the other coming from Amy O'Connor, and that leaves the half-time score at Cork 3-6, Down 1-5. We're going to take a quick break now, but we'll be back with full coverage of the second half very shortly. Welcome back to Páirc Uí Chaoimh for the second half of this Glen Dimplex round 2 senior camogie clash. Cork against Down. Half time score Cork 3-6, Down 1-5. You're just joining us. Katrina Mackey has 2-2 and Amy O'Connor has 1-3 for Cork. That really, between the two of them, is the difference between the two teams. Niamh Mallon has scored 4 points. Blonde Savage has one as well for Down by my reckoning. There's the majority of the scorers anyways are about to get going here. Down have made one change from that first half. Number 18, Saoirse Sands, has come in there at cornerback in place of Alana Savage. That is the one change we have. Cork didn't make a change at half time, or at least that is what they have told us, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Bit of a foul there, a trip. Was it accidental? Was it on purpose? The referee says either way it's going to be a free, and an early chance for Down to maybe get back into this game after conceding those 2 late goals. They were doing so well in that first half, but 2 late goals have really put a different complexion on the scoreboard as we start this second half. So we need Mallon now to take this one. The team captain who's really done ever, and she led her team out there for that second half. She sprinted out of the tunnel. She really wants to bring her side back into this. They know they need to do everything they can. If they can't win, they need to at least keep the score different, because that could become important towards the end of this game. They play Galway next week, so it's not going to get any easier for them. If you finish bottom of this group, you could end up in the relegation. In fact, you will end up in the relegation playoffs with the bottom from the other 3 teams. There'll be a bit of a draw to see how that goes, but you just don't want to be in that, and that's what Down will be aiming for. That was their aim at the start of the year, to stay a senior, and winning here today would really go a long way towards that. It's not going to be easy at the moment, but who knows what can happen. 3-6 to 1-5. We saw what happened last week in the Kilkenny-Wexford game. Teams can come back from big deficits. So here we go. Here's Niamh Mallon. Can she start the momentum now? Can she start the drive? Here she goes. The breeze again has really dropped down completely, so this should suit her. Has she managed to get a hold of that one? Looks like she has. She's put that one over the bar. That's the start. A good start to the second half there for Niamh. She's off the mark with that free. That one was taken too quickly. Amy Lee in the Cork goal took that too quickly for match referee Aaron Hogg. So it's going to go back to Amy. 1-5. Now that's 8 points. 3-6. That's 9-6. That's 15. So not insurmountable in the modern game. 10 points that we even saw last week is very, very little. So to Cork going through the hand pass. Oh, nice little bat out there now. Oh, it just wasn't quickly enough gathered on there by Coleman. She did the hard thing but couldn't get on the second ball. It's still there around the 45. The referee, I think he's going to throw in the ball. A little ruck had formed, and I think that's what he has decided is the best course of action. And if you look to the far side of the field, you can see the flags over there are supporting Down, which means they've more or less had some bit of a breeze in both halves, which they will need to come back from this one. That one is knocked down. Great block there. Down haven't given up on this one. They're really coming flying out in this second half. They have their point, and they've really been pushing Cork back in the opening minute or 2 minutes or so of this second half. So again, line ball on the far side of the field to Cork. They're not in any hurry to take it. They've changed their taker there. Sigerson is now going to take this. Sigerson, sheets it straight to her Down counterpart. Well, on the second attempt, Cork managed to clear this away, but not very far. And again, Down have turned this one over. It's been all Down in the opening minutes of this second half. Niamh Mallon now. Niamh Mallon has it. She scored already in this half with a free, lovely, intelligent ball over the top. She's trying to play it into Sands, who's only come onto the field. And Sands has done enough. She put her body in the line. I think she knew the foul was coming. She went in for it anyway. Knew it was going to hurt, but felt the pain was worth it for her side to get a free. And now a chance for Niamh Mallon, who I think maybe Niamh, who's Down, getting that bit of attention, but no, Niamh has the ball in her hand actually, but there is a Down player, Down receiving a bit of attention, so we'll pause for that as Niamh stands over this one to take another free for her to try and get her second of this second half. (15-9), so 6 points in it at the moment. Can they bring it down to 5 from this one? You'd fancy Niamh's chances from here. She's been very good with the frees. And as you can see that again, you can see the top of your screen there. The flag is definitely supporting Down over there. The breeze will help Niamh as she strikes this one. Down are missing Beth Fitzpatrick, a big loss to them. I was told during the week she's gone to America. She would have played at centre back today, and they would have really enjoyed having her in the side. No doubt she is watching in on the Camogie live stream around the world. We hope wherever you're watching you're enjoying this one. And the Down player who's receiving a bit of attention is back up, and she is ready to go again as Niamh Mallon going through her process again to try and just push them a little bit closer to Cork. She gets the silence, and it was Grattan who was down, receiving a bit of attention, it looked like, but she's up and she tried to go again. As Malin sends that out, and she runs away confidently as she strikes that one. Or was she just running away to get back into position, because she didn't catch that well, and it went to the left and wide, and Cork quickly get on with this one. There was a bit of a pause there, and Laura Tracy now has the ball. Laura Tracy plays that one in to a big bit of space inside there. A nice pocket is opened up. It's going to bounce favourably for the Cork player. It's knocked back outside. Now it's McCarthy. McCarthy on the ball, down by the end line. McCarthy has support inside. A difficult enough angle, but McCarthy fancied it from there, and well she might. What an effort. The end line was getting really, really close. The angle was getting tighter, but she did really well to strike that over the bar. Just she was coming in there on that one. Pushed off the tackle and knocked it over the crossbar. Seems like she might have, as I mentioned, pushed off the tackle. I think she might have felt that as she's down now, receiving a bit of attention. But she'll be happy when she looks up at the scoreboard and sees that score, and sees Cork are now 3-7 down, are 1-6. So that was nearly a 2-point swing there from Malin's free. Missed at the other end. Cork came down the other end of the field. Got the ball in as far as McCarthy, and the Corsi Rovers player, all-star from last year, put it between the post and over the bar. She's holding herself a small bit, but she's up and she's going to run this one off. And even though she's wearing number 8, she seems to have moved in and maybe a bit closer to goal here in this second half. And we're off and going again. That one's dropping over the 265s. It's bouncing. Who's going to get onto this? It's a Cork who have it. Oh, late tackle come in there from down. It looks like it was Grattan. Got her stick in there just as the Cork player is about to run away with that one. Now down look like they have it. Pulling and dragging on over there on the far side of the field. Hard to see who has it just yet, but down have managed to play that one in into their danger player, into Malin. Malin has it now. She's been pushed out towards the sideline, but Malin still has it. She hadn't given up on it. Still Malin. Malin has managed to get in towards the goal. Malin bearing down. She has it. Can she get the strike away? Malin still on the ball. Needs some support. Coming back outside to try and get some support. Then goes back inside again. And Malin, what an individual effort that would have been if she managed to get in from that crazy angle, and she's done it all on her own. 2 or 3 Cork players tried to come in on top of her, but it didn't stop Niamh Malin. Brilliant score from her. Absolutely great work from the Portaferry player. Had players all over her back, but she still managed to get the strike away from that angle and put it over the bar. We've gone down the other end of the field now, and it's going to be a free in to Cork just outside the 45, and this could be a scoreable one. Is that Fiona Keating possibly on the far side of the field? Hard to see from this distance, but she threw herself into that tackle. And there's a down player getting a speaking to as well by the referee. He doesn't like what he saw there. Are we about to see the first yellow of the game? Yes, we are. That's Downs, number 29. Who... Number 29, if you're just joining us, is Claire McGilligan. She's now on a yellow card. She did start the game. She was due to wear number 9, McGilligan, but we were told just before the match started she would wear 29, as well as the change we're told about Niamh Malin, who was due to wear 10, was wearing the number 30, and there is a change there coming for down. Number 17 is making her way onto the field in place of Fitzsimmons.
Down substitution, Avril Treatyog, Ciara Fitzsimons has been replaced by Shoptiog, Amy McAleen.
Amy McAleen. Amy McAleen in there coming onto the field there, replacing Fitzsimmons for the rest of this game, as that one is taken inside. Now Cork have a chance to work something from the angles. Nice ball back outside as far as Sigerson. Sigerson takes that one on. The crowd over there, the far side of the field. It's the first time we heard him give a huge cheer, and that one was for Chloe Sigerson as she picked up the pass there and put it between the post. Good score from her. Well worked move. She showed real confidence and real courage there as actually was thrown back outside as Sigerson got into a bit of space and put it over the bar. So 3-8 now to 1-7 in favour of Cork. Laura Tracy now. Laura Tracy, there is loads of space over there. That one is in as far as McCartan. McCartan has it now, and she has an ocean of space to work with. She's been pushed out. Is she going to look for some support? It looks like she is. She goes across the field where things are a little bit more jammed up here, but this one's go out to the sideline where there is a bit of space for Cork now to work on this one. Can they get something for this? Good work again. O'Connor's been quite enough in the second half so far. She scored an absolute hat load in the first half, and we can add to that now. Good score for her. That's 1-4 for Amy O'Connor, and that again was all her own making. She came out to the ball, picked it up. She was under a bit of pressure, but she got the ball, showed a bit of speed, a bit of pace, a bit of courage, come inside and knock it over the bar. 1-4 for Amy O'Connor. McGorty now again. She finds the player. It's a foul there. The referee says one of the down players was fouled. Saoirse Sands had picked up the ball and she was going away with it, but we're going to go back now for this free. And Sandy's going to take it herself. She arrows that one inside. Good pace on that one into Malin. Now Malin is out in front again. She has the ball. She's lost a fair bit of distance from the goal. She took a fair whack there as well. But Malin doesn't let that bother her. She turns, plants her feet, shoots, and she gets that one just onto the top of the net and over the bar. Another fine score from Malin. She's really been the standout player for Down here today. And that's another brilliant score from her. Right out by the sideline, right over the bar. She had an awful lot of work to do, but she did it really easily. Just shrugged off her player and knocked it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points I have for her for the day. Olivia Boyle with the goal for Down if you're just joining us. And it's going to be a yellow card there. It looks like to Sigerson on the far side of the field potentially. Yeah, yellow card there for Chloe Sigerson. She got a point a few minutes ago. Now she has herself a yellow card. As Amy Lee launches that right down the throat of a Cork defender. Nice little touch back down as far as Keating. Now Keating has it. 2 down players stand her up. She goes past both of them. Then plays a lovely ball into space. That is a good move, and now Cork look dangerous as they come towards the goal. Good work inside and out, and that one is struck over the crossbar, and that was a really good team move. It came from the puck out almost straight down the line. Good work over and back, and they managed to just get the ball inside there as far as McCarthy got a point a few minutes ago, and she gets her second one just there. But it was good work. It came, imagine, straight from the training ground. It just seemed to work that one out through the lines in as far as her, and she puts it over the bar. But now Down, they need a score after conceding that last one. Medlinen came out to that but just couldn't control it. So it's going to be a free or a line ball to be taken by Libby Coppinger, the dual star. She'll be watching her football comrades play later this evening at 7:30. They take on Galway, but it's Cork now come again through Healy. Healy, look at this, she can do what she wants. She has the freedom of Páirc Uí Chaoimh as she comes forward off the stick on her left hand side and over the bar, and Cork really showing their skill, their passion and everything they have on show now, as that's another good score for them, and they'd make another change. It looks like number 28 Pamela Mackey coming onto the field.
Cork substitution, Ivra Cahir, Maeve Cahalan.
Pamela Mackey coming onto the field. Her sister Katrina started this game, got 2-2 in that first half. Now Pamela is onto the field as well. That's bouncing. Who's going to pick up the scraps? Looks like Down have it again through Medlinen. She's onto that. It's still there. Cork have turned it over. It just had bodies in there. And it looked like it was Healy who might have had it for Cork, but now it's been turned over again. It's still on the ground. Big tackles coming in there. Nothing coming out easy. The referee says there was a foul there. Niamh Mallon's just have fouled her player. The referee says Cork have the advantage. Now he's saying no advantage of the crew in there, so we're going to go back and it's going to be a free out to Cork just around their 45-yard line. Another change there for Down now. They're coming thick and fast now.
Coleman has been replaced by Cleona Coleman.
Cleona Coleman there coming onto the field for the last 18 minutes or so of this one, as Cork about to set up for this free. Deep down inside her own 45. Out came Amy Lee to take that. Amy Lee puts that down into corner. It's 2-on-2 inside. 2 Cork players look like they've got the advantage here. They have the ball. Bit of a push in the back maybe, and it's going to be a free in just around the 21-yard line. And again, this should be fairly scoreable. The angle isn't incredibly easy, but it's again something you'd imagine Amy O'Connor will be able to deal with. As she was out in front there, wins the free herself, and now she's about to convert. 1-4 already today for the St. Vincent's player. It's a yellow card that was nearly just thrown up, bit kind of hear him, scare him in the air. There didn't seem to be a Down player too close to the referee as he threw up that yellow card, but I think it might have went to Dervla McGee. In fact, it was O'Hare who got it. Isabella O'Hare, who's trying her best to try and keep, I suppose, a rein on Amy O'Connor. Not easy, and now she has a yellow card, which didn't come easy for the last 15 odd minutes, as O'Connor takes this one in flying form already today. Tough angle, but I think the breeze might have caught that at the last minute, and it just squirms out to the right and wide. At this point, I suppose Cork, I feel we can afford to hit the odd wide, but then if you look back on that Kilkenny Wexford game that we've referenced a few times already today, you need to be capitalised on never, as that can happen in the modern game. That one is dropping now. It's going to be picked up there by Sigerson. Sigerson had a bit of time and space. She plays a really accurate ball in almost too much time there as Cork come on the attack once more. That one is knocked good back down inside, and Cork still trying to get something, but back there was Clark of Down, number 14 in her back, but she's playing back there in the full back position, has a free if anything happens here. The referee played the advantage. He's deciding, you know what, we're coming back. In fairness, he gave good long time for the advantage there. Down had advanced maybe 25 yards, and he decided, no, you didn't get enough out of that, we're going to come back. So it's going to be a free 2 down. It's going to be taken by Sands. Saoirse Sands is actually going to leave it, and it looks like maybe McGorty is going to come out from the goals to take this one. That's the 65 line just in front of her. They're near 65 from her point of view. So she's still a good, we could be talking 80 yards out from this one. Be interested to see what she does here. Does she have... She definitely has plenty of power as that one's dropping in around the square, just to the left of the square. It's bouncing, it's still there. Who can react to that quickly? It's the Cork defence once again are on to that, and they're coming out. Good work there. It's bounced just out as far as Sigerson now. Sigerson, who's playing more a deep role in the last couple of minutes or so, picking up lots of loose balls and just getting Cork going again. Back up as far as Tracy then. Tracy plays that in there. Where's it going to bounce? It looks like it's going to bounce favourably for the down defender. That down defender looks like Dervla Savage. Savage heading towards the sideline, but manages to clear that away. But that one's gone out over the line, and it'll give Cork a chance to attack once more. Just doesn't give that down defence much of a respite. About 15 minutes left in this second half, and that ball did not go out there. I think that's what the referee is saying, go back. No, he's not. He's going to let that go on. I don't think that's where the ball went out of play, but at this stage the referee says go on, it's fine. And Down have managed to turn that one over, and they're onto the ball. Good strong run over here towards the near sideline. That is Clark. Clark comes back inside, takes the tap on the Hurley. The referee says there's a foul there though. She fouled the ball, and we're going to come back for a Cork free out, which is going to be really quickly taken by Sigerson. Sigerson saw that one really quick. She saw those space down inside the 21, and it's well picked up there again. Good ball inside. It's McCartan yet to score in this game, but she's done everything else as she makes the angle a bit easier for herself. Spots the runner inside. She spotted Keating. Keating has it now. Keating goes one way, then the other. Past her player, still Keating on her left. Maybe not as covered as she'd like with the strike, but it goes over the bar, and that's all that matters. Fiona Keating, she was under a bit of pressure, would force into her left hand side strike, but she put her over the bar. Good work. You'd have to credit McCartan there as well, who won the ball originally, looked up, saw Keating in a bit of space, laid it out to her, and Keating did the rest. 3-12 now to 1-8 in favour of Cork. About 13 and a half minutes or so or thereabouts left in this game. Smith now of Down plays that over. She's looking for Mallon again. Mallon again been well marshalled over there, just been pushed out, hassled and harried, but Mallon still holding on to this one. Real strength from her. She took a knee there, even still managed to hold on to the ball. Few players calling for it inside, but Mallon holds on to it. Then she gives a ball outside. Down have won a free over there if they want it. Yes, we're going to come back. It is going to be a free. And it's Mallon who's going to take it there between the 45 and the 21, maybe 7 or 8 yards out from the line. Not an easy one, but Mallon will fancy her chances. She's had a great game so far, and Down need to convert every chance they get in this game. So we just look up at that scoreboard, 3-12. That's 21. 1-8, that's 11, so 10 points in this one. Can Mallon bring it back down to 9? She scored one from a fairly similar position earlier in this game, so she knows the angles at this point. Still not an easy free, but one her side desperately need. She throws it up, she strikes. Sounded decent anyway from up here. It came off the post, it's still there. They got a goal the last time they hit the woodwork like that. This time Cork are very quick to react. They didn't let that happen to them again. We saw in the first half how they got the goal from Boyle. This time it just doesn't bounce favourably for a Down player to finish to the net, and Cork come away with this one again. Down and managed to turn them over and work something here between the 45 and the 65. Down still have it. They go to ground. It's going to be a free in, and this one is going to be slightly easier, farther out, but the angle is a little bit easier for Niamh Mallon to try and convert this one. So Niamh Mallon, can she extend her scoring record? And there's going to be a change there for Cork. We see coming down in front of us, it looks like number
Cork substitution. Ivra Fehehane Ifo Neil has been replaced by Ivra Fehekahir Hayley Ryan.
24. Hayley Ryan has made her way onto the field there for Cork for the last quarter of this game. Hayley Ryan of Blackrock, hoping to make an impression here. As we mentioned earlier, Cork play Clare in 2 weeks' time, and to guarantee top spot, they'll know they'll need to go out and try and win that one as well, as Niamh Mallon steadies herself for this one. The last one struck the post. Can she strike this one between the posts? You can see the umpires again, not racing, but walking towards the white flag. They put that white flag up and Niamh Mallon gets her score, another one for her. That's 4 in the second half alone. Short puck out there, Cork holding on to this possession is key for them. And that's not what happens just there. And just as I say that, the ball bounced and it's managed to work its way in as far as McCartan. Now McCartan of Down has it over there. There's a couple of Down players come in around her. McCartan of Cork, I should say. She's from Down originally, but she's playing for Cork for the last couple of years, and she's doing her very best today. And on this occasion, took too much out of the ball. It seemed to maybe squirt off her arm or her leg, or either way it went out. And it's going to be a line ball for Down inside in their own half. Is there any runners looking up? That was well struck up the line. But it's going to be red. Is it? In fact, no, it's not. Neither player managed to get possession of that straight away. Fiona Keating is in there for Cork. Has managed to squirt out. It has. And Cork can just gather themselves back there, back as far as Laura Tracy. Laura Tracy comes across the field onto Ryan, who's not on the field very long. She's looking around, wants to give a good ball, and she does. That'll do well for her stats. A good accurate pass straight down. It wasn't picked up there. Healy nearly took too much out of it. The Down player came in and top her and did really well just to smother her. It's still there. Healy actually does really well in the second or third attempt to hold on to that. Good stick pass down to Ryan, who set up her in the first place. Ryan keeps her run moving and Cork hold on to the ball on one leg over her shoulder. What an outrageous effort from McCartan. And again, this one just drops to the right and wide. It was a good effort, but just that one was a very, very difficult effort to try and pull off. She had it maybe 80% right, but again, it had to be the 100% right to get a shot of that difficulty level over the crossbar, and this time it goes to the right and wide. So still 3-12 to 1-9. 9 minutes of normal time left in this round 2 match. Again, it's dropped down there. Again, Niamh Mallon was involved in that one. She doesn't get on this. Okay, now Down have a chance to exploit. There is plenty of space. Can they go for it? They badly need a score. They probably need a goal at this stage. That one is coming in. Oh, it's gone to the right and wide. Shot from Sands. Maybe she had too many options. She couldn't decide whether to go for the goal or the point. In the end, it went out wide. As we hear Sophie McGrath come onto the field for Down. So for the last, what have we got? 8.5 minutes, Sophie McGrath comes onto the field. But that was a real chance for Down. Sands was there. If she kept going, she had space. She just decided to take on the shot maybe a little bit early. She was caught in 2 minds to go for the goal or the point, as Cork have made yet another substitution here in front of us as well. It looks like number 17, Emma Murphy, coming onto the field. She replaces Cleena Healy there. Emma Murphy there of Glen Rovers comes onto the field. And another... has been replaced by Ali Smith. And Ali Smith also makes her way onto the field. The Agata player. So that's 4 substitutions Cork have made by my reckoning, and that one goes straight to what a take. What a pair of hands there from Keating as she gets that again, and things just open up for her as she gets this. She has options left and right, plays a low ball down inside, wasn't picked up initially, but on the second attempt they do get that ball, and Fiona Keating doesn't get the score, but she completely made she played it inside, and it was well finished in the end. I think that was finished by Ali Smith, who's only just onto the field. It was a good ball inside, wasn't picked up initially, turned a strike just on the edge of the D, and it's another score from Cork. Good take there, and Down need to get a score now to just keep themselves alive with this one. Score difference could become an issue, we know, later on in this championship, so every score could be important. That one is worked inside again. It looks like it's Mallon on the ball. She's been well held. 3 Cork players coming around her. They have foulers as the referee will give you a bit of an advantage. The advantage didn't come there, so Niamh Mallon has to pick herself up and she'll take this one. If she goes quickly, there's not a huge amount of Cork players at home and she could have attempted goal. She doesn't seem to be thinking that way, and there's a Cork player there standing in front of her making sure that doesn't happen. But still, 21 yards and another Cork sub. They're really emptying the bench here today. As Kate Wall, as McCartan comes off the field and Kate Wall is on in her place. As we go back and concentrate on Niamh Mallon taking this one. There's 4 Cork players, 3 of them, and the goalie in her way. Is she going to attempt a goal? It doesn't look like it. She'll probably just knock this over for another score for her, and that's exactly what she does. Puts that over the bar. And Niamh now has 5 from that first half. And 5 5 from the second half, I should say, and 5 from the first half. She's up to 10 now, is Niamh Mallon, the team captain. That's dropping, well taken on the run, and the spin. Murphy has it now. She's going towards the goal. She's looking up. She decides to play a ball inside, in fairness to her. She doesn't go for the score, but Cork still have possession. She's looking for the return. Does she get the return? Yes, she does. Here goes Murphy, bearing down a goal inside. The shot coming in, have a block. It's still there. Well, what hook came in there, because that one was heading for the net. Down got a hook in there at the last minute. Just as the trigger was about to be pulled. It's still there though. It hasn't been cleared. The referee's whistle is blowing, and it looks like it's probably going to be a free out, but there was danger there. Plenty happened in that little course of play as that one came across the field. It looked like it was going to be finished there by McCarthy, I think it was. She tried to get a connection on. A really good hook came in there, and Cork don't get at it in the end. But Saoirse McCarthy was about to pull the trigger. She was well hooked, but nothing comes in the end. The score remains 3-13 to 110. So that's 13 points to 9 and 13. That will be 22. So we're just looking at contenders for player of the match. I suppose Cork really did most of their damage in the last 5 or 6 minutes of that first half. And the players responsible for that, you'll be looking at Katrina Mackey and Amy O'Connor will be the ones who stand out there. Sorka McCartney just came off, also a big player. Healy has done well, so has Sigerson. Of course, Laura Tracy's been all over the ball as well for Cork back in their centre-back position. Niamh Mallon for down really has been their standout player. Has really put everything into it. She has it from a down point of view. There are the contenders. We'll give you the winner in the next couple of minutes of that player of the match, and we will hope to speak to them at the end. Once we hear the final whistle, we'll come down here out of the gods in Páirc Uí Chaoimh and hopefully speak to the winner. It'll be Hilda Breslin, the president of the Camogie Association, will present the winner with their award. So 4 minutes in normal time. There has been plenty of stoppages though, so there will be, you could imagine, at least 3 or 4 minutes probably added on at the end of this one, and we're going to get going again. With a throw in, I think is what the referee is about to go for here. That's exactly it here, right on the 21. It gives Cork a chance maybe if they win this to get in the score, another score, and they have won. It's a little bit messy. It's come back out, and it's McGee who's back there, Dervla McGee, who's also really been massive today, especially in that first half. Maybe slightly quieter in this second half, but Dervla McGee was immense for down, especially in that first half, as I mentioned, and she cleared the ball just there. Not a huge distance on it. It's still there. It looks like Cork maybe have a chance to get something out of this, just trying to burrow out of something there. The referee thought about throwing it in again, but eventually the ball works its way out into a bit of space. Cork maybe have a chance again. It looks like it's McCarthy on this one. Excuse me, McCarthy steadies herself. McCarthy looks up, and McCarthy gets another score. That's number 3 for her for the day. She was denied a goal chance a couple of minutes ago when a really good hook came in. This time it came across, and McCarthy just struck it over the bar. 3 minutes left in this game now of normal time anyway. There will be a few added on, as you mentioned. Brilliant take there from Sigerson. Now Sigerson has it. The referee says you have the advantage. He gave it both ways. I think he forgot which was going on for a second. We are going to come back for that free. Sigerson did really well to grab that one out of the sky and win her side a free. Another chance for Amy O'Connor. Amy O'Connor comes inside. Can she get down? Another difficult angle, but she makes it look laughably easy. Easier than it is to say even. As Amy O'Connor took a little sidestep, got past her player, knocked that between the posts. Just got a lovely arc on it as she struck that over the bar. And another one. Amy O'Connor now up to 1-5 for the day. And if there was ever a doubt, we were trying to make up our mind who will get player of the match. Was it going to be Mackey? Was it going to be O'Connor? And I think Amy O'Connor has nailed it down there with that last score. The player of the match in today's game, in this Glen Dimplex round 2 clash, will go to Amy O'Connor, the St. Vincent's player. 1-5 in today's game so far, and we still have 2 minutes, if not maybe 3 or 4 added on at the end of this game. But Amy O'Connor is our player of the match as Down get on the ball again. Not an incredibly accurate hand pass is picked up there, worked outside as far as Keating. Now Keating on the ball. Keating still going strong. There is time and space for her. Turn into still Keating. She's been immense today as well. A real good strong runner. As she gets onto that, she releases the shot. Has she got it accurately? Has she what? As she puts that over the bar. Number 2 for Fiona Keating, but she must have covered every blade of the grass today here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. She just picks up the ball, has a real turn of pace, and is able to go forward and knock it over. The puck out goes low, trying to find Graff in there. She doesn't manage to get it. And again, Cork are just really piling on the pressure. Again, that's knocked down inside. Again, it looks to be McCarthy down inside. As we mentioned, she seems to have gone in closer to the goal in this second half. Could also be Mackey It is in fact Mackie was fighting for this one. Mackie trying to get onto that. She's turned over there inside. Ali Smith plays that back outside. Still there, still around the edge of the D. Still, who's going to try and pick it up here? Back outside. It looks like that was Ali Smith again. Ali Smith, who's not on the field very long, and now she's got number 2 for the day. Number 22, Ali Smith. Manages to get us a pocket of space, turn and strike it over.
Garnet Savage has been replaced by Ivrin Adiog, Colleen McConnell.
Colleen McConnell makes her way onto the field for down for the last, what have we got, 20 seconds of normal time. As the ball is in the hands of Catherine McGorty again, the referee blows the whistle. And there's going to be 3 minutes. 3 minutes. At least 3 minutes is what the public address here says in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, as Cork have the chance to come again. That one comes across the field into a bit of space. Can it be exploited? Looks like it might be by Emma Murphy. Emma Murphy has it again. She's been good anytime she's picked up the ball since she came on. Murphy takes on her chance, takes her shot on. It goes to the right and wide. But we're going to come back. She was fouled in the intro to that, in the build up to that. We're going to come back and it's going to be a free. And is it going to be Amy O'Connor who's going to come across and take this one again just inside the 45? As we've gone over the 60 minute mark now. 60 minutes and 30 seconds is what the clock here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh says. And it is going to be another free. And maybe just the icing on the cake. 3:17, so 26 plays 13. And that could be made a little bit worse from a down perspective if Amy O'Connor can knock this over and get her tally for the day up to 1-6. And you wouldn't back against her the way she's playing. She scored one from play from a similar angle, slightly closer in a couple of moments ago, but she's going to go short here actually. She goes very short. She's looking for the return. Is she going to get the return? She's not, because look who's coming again. She didn't get her score a minute ago, but here goes Murphy. She plays it inside. The ball has gone to ground there, and Down have managed to turn it over. There was a chance on, and maybe Amy O'Connor will be given, she'll be giving poor Emma Murphy an earful, and maybe at the end of this game that she should have laid that in, but Amy O'Connor has got plenty scores, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a 1 point game, so maybe not be an issue at this stage. But there was a score on there and was maybe left behind as Tracy plays that forward, but right down the neck there of Savage. It looks like Savage giving it on to Niamh Mallon. Now Niamh Mallon, can she finish with a score? She's trying to do everything she can to get that. Puts that really high. Is it accurate? It's dropping. Oh, well read there. It's still there. It might be danger. Coming out there. Oh, done really well there to Amy Lee. Amy Lee stopped that one initially and then followed it out as she batted it cleared, and she actually followed it up herself. Something we don't see too often from goalies, but really was needed there, and stopped a goal chance as she works it out again. And it looks like it was Tracy. Laura Tracy plays that down inside again. She was looking to try and play that into Mackie. Mackie has it now inside. But that one is cleared out again. Comes all the way out again. It looks like it was Tracy. She plays that on then as far as Keating. Now Keating has it again. We saw her score just a couple of seconds ago. This time she tries to play it inside in as far as Emma Murphy. Emma Murphy really trying to get a score today. She's running through again, and Emma Murphy has got it. We've seen her get a couple of chances already in the last couple of minutes. That was maybe her third attempt and a third time lucky for Emma Murphy as she sticks that over the bar. 3:18 now to 1:10. We were told we'd be playing 3 minutes added on to the original 60. We've played 2.5 of them so far, but there's no doubt about who the winner is going to be here today. It is going to be Cork. They have been very dominant, maybe since the halfway through the first half. They really put down the boot, and they haven't let that boot off since. And Cork coming again. They're trying to finish with a flourish again. There might be a score. There's 3 Cork players on here. They're going, and it's over the bar. There was umpteen options there. They could have went for the goal. I think maybe if the game was a little bit closer, that would have went low and under the bar, but they were satisfied with the point in the end, and that's exactly what they went for. It looked like that might have been Healy in the end getting that last score of the game. It doesn't matter. 3:19 to Cork, 1:10, an impressive score. They weren't happy with how they played their first day out against Galway, but they will be happy with what happened today. It maybe was expected, but Down really did put her up to them, especially in that opening 20 minutes or so. It was those 2 goals just before half time for Cork, one for Mackie and one for O'Connor, that seemed to make the difference, and Down really just didn't recover from that. Down go on now to play Galway next week. Not an easy task, while Cork play Clare in 2 weeks. That one is on Down in Clare, so both teams, Cork will feel they need to win that to guarantee they get top of this group. Down need to get a win in that one to stop themselves going into the relegation dogfight. But the full-time score here is Cork 3:19, Down 1:10. we're going to go down now and try and get a word with our player of the match, Amy O'Connor, the team captain. So bear with us for that while we go down, try to go down 3 levels and out into Páirc Uí Chaoimh and get a word with her. So bear with us for a couple of moments. Delighted to be joined by Cork winning manager Matthew Toomey. Matthew, what are your thoughts on that game?
Relief, I suppose. It was a tough first half. Like, I think we won 4 to 4 points down, but we were kind of, I think we had 96 possessions there, 36 in the first half, so we knew like it would come right if, but we were running at them and we knew we were causing trouble and we were running at them, look, we pulled away, we got a couple of scores there before half time that can virtually kill the game off, like, but look, they're a good side, like, it's not like they don't of old. They went toe to toe with us, and fair play to them.
Yeah, they really did put it up to you, especially midway through that first half. Were you expecting that?
We were after watching a good few of their games in the last few weeks. Like when you go forward, like Niamh Mallon, like she's an excellent forward, and she causes fierce trouble. But they're very organised, even their sharp puck outs, and for our puck outs they were cute enough, and it took us a while to adapt to it, which is, was probably disappointing on our side of things. Like, but we were happy enough the way the players adapted. Then just before the kind of last quarter in the first half, they pull away.
You must be very happy getting the 3 goals. How much do you target getting goals in games?
A lot. We're doing a lot of work on it. Like, it hasn't been coming through. Like, we got 3, but I'd say we'll have to definitely another 3 or 4 after us. But look, it's a moving document. Like, we're looking at Clare now, so we'll be just concentrating on that now and trying to, it's a different type of game again, a different running. They do a running kind of game as well. So, look, we're happy. We're off the board. That's the main thing.
You really got to empty the bench as well, and some of them made huge contributions. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, when you look at it, like, Emma Murphy came on, I think she got scores, and Ali Smith got 3 points. She's always doing that for the Smith come on, and Kate Wilder well. Pamela Mackey was just back. We only got good news on her yesterday from the doctors, so look, we said we'd try and get as much time into her. We still have, I think it's another 9, unfortunately. All Callan broke her foot Thursday night. So we've about 9 injuries now that are serious injuries. We're very unlucky, so we just have to use the bench to see what we have. Because there will be times that we will need them to come in to change the game. Like tonight, it wasn't a token gesture, but the game was kind of wrapped up. But they made a fierce impression. We're delighted with it.
You mentioned Orla Cahalane, and we saw Hannah Looney was named to play there. Both, well, we talk on to the footballers. Now you're saying Orla had a broken foot. Talk to us a little about that, and maybe what went on during the week to try and sort out who was going where.
It's extremely frustrating. I suppose we know this for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and we're trying to do everything to change it. It's fierce disrespectful to the 4 Judes. Like, there was a free weekend last weekend, there's a free day tomorrow, there's a free weekend next week. The Camogie is always a Saturday, we always know that, and for the games then to be turned around and for the football match to be thrown this evening, it was extremely hard because, look, in fairness to Shane Ronan, we said we're trying to communicate during the week. It was hard going because, look, we're depleted squad wise. We wanted the 4 of them, he wanted the 4 of them, we came to compromise, but like, he's gone up there now with 1 player. And we 2, and Norla's injured. Like, I don't know where the common sense can't come into it. Like, that they couldn't ring up and just say, like, what games are played or who's what. It's just extremely frustrating. They're trying to kill out the dual player as far as I'm concerned, because, like, like, for the girls now, like, I just saw Libby and Aoife running off there now. They're trying to go up and support their team. It's nonsensical, like, and there's no need for it.
Looking ahead, you mentioned Clare a couple of minutes ago. That's your next big game. I'm not sure that clash with a football game as well, but what are preparations going to be like now for that one?
It's clashing again. We're playing Clare up there, and the footballers are playing Tipperary down here. Look, we'll try and work something out with that. Preparations are going to be just the same as what we did since the Galway game. Like, I know we're beaten and we got probably a bit of unfair criticism after the Galway game, but like, we were very happy the way we played. Just the conversion rate was very poor. So we'll be just doing probably just the same what we're doing for the last 2 weeks. Just kind of recovery now tomorrow and try and pep up again.
Brilliant, Matthew. Thanks very much for talking to us, and best of luck next or 2 weeks' time. Thoughts there of Matthew Toomey, Cork Camogie manager. We'll be hoping to speak with Ciara O'Connor. I think she's not Amy O'Connor, I should say. Hopefully she is around there. We're hoping to get a word from her, as she's going to be presented with the Player of the Match award from Tuachtarán of the Camogie Association. Hilda Breslin of Tuachtarán getting her presentation there. Amy, congratulations on Player of the Match. What a game. Give us your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, it was a good game. We knew coming down here it would be really difficult, but obviously the size of this pitch really suits us, so we knew even if they were going to go a bit defensive, then we'd be able to manage with the size of the pitch. We left a couple of opportunities behind us, but we learned from it and we're going in the right direction.
Did this give you a bit of a scare there in that first half? They got it square and then you kind of started putting down the boot and you got a couple of scores. Tell us about that.
Yeah, obviously, like, I suppose in games like this, you're playing in the county, there's always going to be, like, someone's going to have their purple patch, and that was just Downs, but I suppose that was a lot of it down to us as well. We needed to kind of pull our socks up, I suppose, and start doing the right things on the ball and sticking to the process that we know well.
Talk to us about this team in general. I suppose we were just talking to your manager Matthew Toomey, and a couple of your players are involved with the footballers, and how hard is it to keep the team spirit going, or tell us a little bit about this team?
Yeah, it's very difficult, I suppose. This week we had a really difficult week, and it was unfortunate the way it went for us, but we were lucky that we had, Libby and Aoife with us today, and Hannah and Orla with the footballers, and I suppose it's not right the way it's gone, but we managed. We've really good players on the bench that can come on and take the place of those that, are playing football on any given day. That doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, and we're a very young squad. Like, to be honest, I'm absolutely ancient and I'm only 27 this year, so we're a young squad, we're learning all the time, and we're making the right steps, I think.
Next step now against Clare in 2 weeks' time. How are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, that'll be a really difficult game. I don't know how their game is going against Galway, or if it's even on, but that's a must-win game for both teams. We've had titanic battles with them over the last couple of years, so we know we're going to face a really tough test, but we're looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for talking to us. Congratulations again. Thanks. Amy O'Connor there, Cork player of the match from today's game. We're also hoping maybe to get a word from Paul Donnelly, the Down manager. Not quite sure has that come across. In fact, I've just been told we won't have a word from Paul Donnelly. So I'd just like to say thanks very much for joining us here on the Camogie live stream. My name is Paul Jenkins, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.